I like what you've done with the place.
Morristown is a thriving destination filled with culture, recreation, dining, shopping, and a lot of history. The Morristown we know today is the direct result of some revolutionary decisions made during his lifetime. Fire! Now we're celebrating the history of two preserved spaces just a few miles apart, two places with ties to the American Revolution and to each other, two open spaces preserved for future generations. It begins in 1733 when the Presbyterians build a church. Soon, the Green takes shape as the town's center. About 250 people are living here when General Washington arrives in January 1777, fresh off of his Christmas victory over the British in Trenton. And 2,000 troops need a place to stay. He makes Arnold's Tavern his headquarters. His soldiers conduct military drills on the Green. Washington takes communion at the church. When smallpox breaks out, the church serves as a hospital. Many soldiers are buried in the graveyard. Fast forward 2 years to the worst winter of the century. Washington returns, this time with 10,000 troops. They create a small city a few miles from the Green at Jockey Hollow.
Snowstorms, up to about 27 snowstorms, over 100 inches of snow fell. The Continental Army encamped here in huts, had to stay warm, had to survive in those very terrible conditions with limited provisions.
The general and his staff, meanwhile, are hosted at the Ford Mansion.
George Washington did sleep here, along with 75 other people.
Spring finally arrives, along with much-needed good news. The Marquis de Lafayette tells Washington that France will help the Americans.
Morristown sustained the Continental Army during a pivotal time during the Revolutionary War. Without this safe haven, we all might be serving under the British Union Jack and not the Stars and Stripes.
This tale of two places, the Green and Jockey Hollow, lives on thanks to some true visionaries. In 1816, the Presbyterian Church sells the Green for $1,600, but with a catch: it must remain a common forever. A century later, the National Park Service is born. Soon, generous patrons donate Jockey Hollow and the Ford Mansion as the first national historical park in America.
Outside of New York City, 35 miles, to have all of these resources and this history coming together just makes this place so wonderful and so special. These locations, these places, they're owned by the American people. We are the stewards of these places. We get to preserve, protect, and present these places to the American people. To me, that is a very special thing, and that's why I love what I do.
Two beloved spaces connecting America's past and present, promising surprises for generations to come.
Some things never change.